friends, today I'm going to be showing you how to get this half butterfly, half skull avant-garde look. Jumping right in, I'm starting with a clean face and starting to black out my brows with a purple glue stick. I prefer the purple so you can tell when it's dry as opposed to clear glue stick, but you can use either. Now I'm just combing up my brow hairs and then flattening them down so they're pressed against the skin. I like to do at least 2 to 3 layers of glue and then pat a translucent powder over top of that and brush away the excess. Next, apply a foundation everywhere, including the eyebrows. Then I'm brightening parts of my face with concealer and also hiding some imperfections and setting all that with a translucent powder. Next, I'm outlining portions of my face that are going to be filled in with black, so that would be around the eyes and the outline of the butterfly as well. I'm using a black cream body paint. You could use anything for this. I use a fine tip brush. I feel like there's more control, but you could use eyeliner, white or black, doesn't really matter. I find that black helps a little easier with the look we're going for. I'm also outlining portions of the skull as well. Now I'm just filling in some shapes with a water-activated black body paint, such as the eyes and nose and parts down the jaw. Now I'm taking an orange body paint, filling in the upper half of the butterfly portion, and then dragging it down a little bit and adding a little red body paint as well to blend so it's not so flat. Going back with that black cream body paint that we used before, I am adding some shapes. I'm making sure that a lot of the orange is visible within these shapes because we're going to go around them with black cream body paint. Now I'm just filling in around the shapes that we just made, and I'm using the black cream body paint instead of the water base because if you put water on top of water-based paint, it's just going to get all muddy, and we don't want that. Now I'm going in with a black eyeshadow and setting around the eyes and also diffusing it a little bit to add some dimension around the edges of the eye. Now I'm taking an orange eyeshadow and blending that towards my nose, towards the bottom of the butterfly. Shade your nose with the black eyeshadow as well. And here I'm taking a brown eyeshadow and shading underneath the edges of the butterfly so it doesn't look so flat and then it looks like it's actually coming off the face a little bit. Now with a really fine tip brush, I'm taking a white cream body paint, adding some dots as well as highlighting some of the oval shapes within the butterfly. And now I'm outlining some of the teeth for the skull. This is also the black cream body paint. The way I like to draw teeth on for skulls is I just do straight lines, and then afterwards we'll make them look rounder with shading. So on a little teeny tiny brush, I'm taking some black eyeshadow and then going around the lines that we just made and kind of curving it a little bit towards the top to make it look like the shape of a tooth. Adding some antennas with a tiny brush and that black cream body paint. Now I'm going back with that water activated paint and filling in parts of the jaw that I didn't get to before. Here I'm contouring with a black eyeshadow on a nice big fluffy brush and just making the jaw look a little more defined. Taking that into the hairline as well. Now here is where I realized that my one side had more teeth than the other. So to combat that, I am taking a concealer and just adding in a couple more teeth so that it's symmetrical on both sides. So to highlight the teeth, I'm using a fine brush again, as well as the white cream body paint, and just adding a nice line, but making it a little thicker towards the end. So after going in with the highlight, I'm just adding a little bit more shading. I'm shading on top of the jaw portion and blending that out with the black eyeshadow. I also decided to highlight my cheeks a little bit, what you can see of them, as well as my forehead, and blending that out with a small brush. Here I'm just defining parts of the skull that I think got a little bit lost in the shading. Now moving on to the neck and chest, I decided to keep it simple so that the focus is more towards the face. So here I am taking the black water-based paint and just dragging it down my neck and going over top with a black eyeshadow and blending it even further. So to start the chest, here I'm using the black water-based paint and diffusing it with a nice blending brush. Now here I'm using some black eyeshadow and just marking out some lines to what would be the rib cage of it. So here I switched from using the water-based to the cream-based paint because I found that it blends out a little bit easier for the look that I'm going for. So I'm making lines over top and then just blending it with the same brush we used before. I couldn't resist putting a little more highlighter on myself. Here I'm using some spirit gum so that I can put glitter on top of it. You could use a clear eyelash glue, Pros-Aide, whatever you have. I just like spirit gum because I think it makes it stick better. And this is the final look. I added some eyelashes and some mascara, and that is it. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun making this, and I will see you next time. Bye!